What is up, strivers? It is time to work on our multi-chain IDO. Let's go. So, I know all you see is my beautiful face right now. It's okay. I know you want code. Don't worry. I'm just gonna throw the stream on Discord real quick. I hope you can hear the lo-fi beats in the background and that they are satisfying to you. Oof. I'm worried that my laptop is going to die trying to stream and have a Twitter page going at the same time. Just trying to spin up. Discord is making it die. Man, what's up? All right, let us begin. Wow. I feel like OBS is really OBS. I've never had it take up so much resource when I'm streaming things. This is really weird. Okay, because it won't let me. There we go. Now it worked. Thanks. Oh, come on. So I'm using a new browser, and for some reason when I click login, it pops it up in this new page. I don't really want that. That's stupid. So, come on, buddy. Huh, that's interesting. Okay, well, while we're waiting for that to do its thing. There we go. First things first, I really want to figure out how to pass an image to ChatGPT. So, or maybe not ChatGPT, but GPT-4. So that is step one. See, they say it's got image input. But how do I use image input? It's through the developer API. Okay, so maybe I don't have access to the developer API. Which, yep. I must join the waitlist. Dope, okay. Well, that severely... Dang it. Huh. New browser, friends. I'm learning quite a bit. Okay. Okay, company name. Me. Well, I'm gonna move this over here while I'm signing up so you can't see whatever this account, this organization ID is. I don't want anyone stealing that. So let's go find out what my organization ID is. Wherever that is. So, surprise, streaming to YouTube takes up a lot of bandwidth. Are there specific ideas you're excited to build with GPT-4? We are particularly excited about use cases that were not previously possible. Using images to build mobile applications and websites. Really? Maybe I should say, yeah, just using images to build mobile applications and websites. Join waitlist. Alright, well, we've joined the waitlist. And what this means is, for now, we don't get to give ChatGPT any images, which means we just get to ask him questions. We're going to use GPT-4. I can only ask 25 messages every 3 hours, which means I can only ask 25 messages in the next hour. Okay. Interesting. That might be a severe limitation. We will see as we begin. Alright, so first things first, I decided that, well, I don't want to use TypeScript, JavaScript, React to build my website. I'm going to use Flutter. Main reason being, I don't like TypeScript, JavaScript at all, really. Yeah. So, I don't feel super inclined to build it using that. I do really like Flutter. So, we're going to Flutter create. Pretty sure this is the right command. See if we can do a -h. Flutter create output directory. Alright, cool, yep. Latest update. No. I'll just call this the Multichain IDO. So my goal as well is to not write any code until after I've had ChatGPT or GitHub Copilot write that code for me. So what I really want is to have ChatGPT and GitHub Copilot, one of the two, do the majority of my writing for me. And then I just copy paste. And we'll see how far we can get. We'll see how precise ChatGPT can get, and all that good stuff. So we have, first things first, we now have our multi-chain IDO. And we need to start doing some things with it. So it's a fully functioning app, as it is. But I would like to create an application, and I'm just going to hop over into Figma. And create a new, make a new one. Create a new design. Let's see, multi-chain IDO. And first things first is we have a rectangle. Great. Width 1280, height 800. Normal screen size. Let's set the background to be some form of blue. You know, all my websites are blue. That's not what I wanted. So I use Figma for all my images on social media and stuffs, because it makes it super easy to create a new image from whatever I've just whipped up. And that's pretty nice. But I'm gonna copy some of the coloring that I have, whatever color it is that exists. Ooh, streaming on YouTube is really destroying the internet. There we go. So, you... Okay. So I've got my primary color, and it is that. Good. I guess everything else will just be white or gray. That's pure white, so I'm happy with that. Maybe I'll copy this blue as well. Red is just pure red, whatever. So what would be really, really nice is if I could just create my design in Figma, copy the image, feed it to ChatGPT, and then I'd just be done, right? I could tell him, make me a color palette for Flutter based on this. Make me break this image down into the different components that you think would be necessary to build it, and then have ChatGPT build each of those different components. And you can slowly just structure it outward from there. In my case, though, I'm going to need... Oh, not you. I will be needing to describe to ChatGPT all the things that have to happen myself. And that is okay. Alright, so first things first. We have our rectangle. I'm pretty happy with the rectangle. and I'm happy with the color. Let's add a simple title. So we turn that into a frame. Actually, oop, that's there. Get rid of the rectangle. This is our frame layout. This frame makes it a column. So we just have a column here. And we are going to add some text to our column. That is not what I wanted to do. Should not hug. Jump. Alright, there we go. Gonna do it again? Perfect. So, let's just say this is 48. Multi-les coin IDO. And this will be centered. This, I do want it to fit to both. There we go. Les coin IDO. Boom. Let's see. Right now there's a 10 padding. I'm just gonna up that to 20. There we go. Okay. So this is where things are gonna start kind of getting a little bit interesting, I think. Is I would like to show the amount of coins available to purchase on every single chain, which means I'm going to copy. I'm going to get rid of the code aspect of this for now because we're just designing. So what this means is I'm going to copy the Kadena chain web explorer a little bit. And have multiple chains. So I mean they have chain 0 through 20 through 19. They've got a height. I don't really care about the height of the chain. One thing that's different between theirs is like they're showing like continuous movement through the website, like they're adding more height, like block heights, and I don't really care about that. I do care about having these 20 columns. So that is what I am going to copy. So first things first, we're going to add a frame. And this frame is going to have, I'm going to split it out into components now. I'm going to, let's see, let's just have another box. We'll call this box the, just say it's a chain render. No, let's call it a chain widget. So we have a chain widget, and Mr. Chain Widget should also be a frame. I'm gonna give him a fill. Should have made it a frame in the first place. So we have a chain widget, and I'm going to add some text into Mr. Chain Widget. I'm okay if he fits to the size of the text. It's totally fine with me. I'm gonna auto width the text. I'm gonna say chain 0. And then we're also gonna have another text in here. Mount. There's 1000 les available. And I can decrease the size of this to like 24. That didn't change the text. There we go. So we now have a chain widget. I mean, what other information do we want to have here? So we know it's chain 0. Just some, I'll give him a border, just a gray border, and I don't know of any other information we need to show. We could probably be a bit more clear. About the remaining tokens. I can probably bold this guy. So on chain 0 we have 1000 LZ remaining. Kadena, what's up, dude? So everyone's saying that I quit Kadena. I don't really understand that. I said I was leaving at the end of March. So March isn't over yet, and I still have things that I promised people that I would do, and I will complete those things. Multichain IDO is one of the things that I said I would complete. But once I'm done with these things, I will be going and learning other blockchains. That's for sure, 100%. So I hope that answers the question. And I will say, like, I built a packed course. I still would love to support the Kadena ecosystem. I will just no longer be building on Kadena personally. Alright, so we have our chain widget, and let's see if I can remember how to turn him into a reusable element. Create component, there we go. Boom. We have our component. And now, add model layout, center that way. Okay, we have so I guess the question would be, like, how many chains do I want to run the IDO on, right? And probably safe to say that we could do, we got 7 here, 8. Could we get to 10? Maybe if I decrease the size of this. But people on their phones, it's like, this isn't gonna look super good. Interesting, what's with the extra space? Oh, that was weird. If I hug contents, it sticks all the way out there. What's this? Oh, a lot of padding? Yeah, okay, there we go. Okay, so... how do we make this look good, friends? How do we make it look good? So I want to show like the actual multi-chain interaction in action. So I'm gonna come back to this. For now, I think it looks good. One thing I do want to add is, let's say they can purchase their tokens. So this will purchase tokens. We have a purchase tokens UI. Then we're going to have a send tokens UI. So just the ability to send tokens, and this will effectively be IntelliSend. I'm just gonna build a simple way to do that so that people can, like, let's say that they purchase tokens on chain 0, 2, and 8. I would like for them to be able to just take all of those tokens and in one button click per se, send all of those tokens to a specific chain using QuickSign, because that's possible now. So that is what I'm going to do, kind of the 3 steps. So allows coin IDO, you have the UI displaying or showing you how many tokens are available for you to purchase. Then you have just the ability to purchase those tokens. In this case, you'll just type in the number of tokens you want to buy, and then you'll have just the send, which will send your tokens. And that'll be, what will the UI look like for this? I'm not sure. Probably pick a chain and click, or I should say, maybe I'll call this aggregate. Like, take all of your tokens and get them all in one chain. Not sure. We'll figure it out. Okay, but purchase is pretty simple. You're going to type in the number of tokens you want to buy, and you're going to click, and maybe the number of chains you would like to buy from, and then you'll click buy. And my website will figure out which chains to buy from. It'll just randomly choose. Yeah, that sounds good. Alright, let's build out a UI for that. So first things first, we need a frame. Then we need a button. So let's I don't know if you know this, but I do like the color blue. I'm actually gonna go and look for the blue on my homepage website real quick, just so I can copy that and I can keep the same website design throughout. See, that's in settings. Site settings. Okay, so I think we've gotten everything we need from the Kadena Block Explorer. I'm going to close that out. We don't need it anymore. And I now have my primary color available to me. There we go. And honestly, this guy, that'll do. also want to, if I can you do frames cannot do radius. Good to know. Right? Or am I just going crazy? Oh, wait. There it is. Okay, frames can do radius. Perfect. Okay. All right. So we have Mr. Button here. I want to add some text to Mr. Button. That wasn't right. Right. Button. Button should center both ways. So we've got a button primary. And Mr. Button primary should have some nice rounding on the edges. So now we have a nice button. You should center my text. There we go. There we go. That looks good. So now we have a button. And we're going to use Mr. Button. Create a component out of Mr. Button. And then we are going to use Mr. Button. Here. That's perfectly fine. Whoa, excuse me. Wow, 3 in a row. That was crazy. Gosh dang. Alright. Maybe I can hug the contents. And oh, nope. Stick with 10. 10's good. And now we need to do an input. 2 inputs. So if I want to add another frame here, make it a bit bigger. Need to add some text. We want to purchase from chains. We want to choose an amount. Alright, so how would this look better? Would it look better as like chain with an input, amount with an input? So if I were to do this, Okay. Making forms is always so much fun. So you are gonna go down, and you're gonna have another input below you. That's really fat. Let's see, 60. Yeah, that'll do. You know what? We can just call this an input. And then we can use the same widget throughout. Well, I'm liking this music, guys. That text is black. Nice gray. Didn't change it. All right. Got a chain amount. We have a I know that looks pretty ghetto, but designing inputs, I can come and make it look pretty, but that's basically all the information we need for someone to purchase, is the number of chains they'd like to purchase from, and the amount of tokens that they would like to purchase. Then we have they just click purchase, and the UI will pop up that will let them sign the transaction, either on their phone using Wallet Connect or just on the right side using QuickSign. And for now, that's really all I'm going to do. I know I said I was going to work on an aggregate method, like the IntelliSend, and I can do that. But for now, I'm just going to get it to the point where people can purchase their tokens. What are we? Because I will be honest, I don't want to do more work here than is necessary for me. And I think that's reasonable. Okay. Really simple UI, really easy to understand, I hope. And yeah, but the number of back-end tools that will go into actually making this work is going to be insane. So let's dive into those real quick, shall we? Just so I can understand all the pieces that I will need to use to make this all work. And I'm just going to kind of put it in the same document. All right. So, backend tools. I will have one. Obviously, we're going to have a wallet. And I'd like to use Wallet Connect, personally. I don't really want to try and link with wallets in the browser, because I'd like to push myself and use Wallet Connect. I've got a couple of libraries that I built to work with Wallet Connect, and I want to make sure that they're working. Second, I will use, let's see, I need to detect, or just, I guess, choose. I need a chain chooser. So which chains do you build on? And how will you, or I should say, which chains do you purchase from? And this is a combination of randomization plus which chains have the most available funds. So that's our chain chooser. Next up we have, what would we have? I need, so my transactions that are going across chain, like let's say someone is purchasing, oh, you know what? I need to know what chain they're purchasing from. Like, what chain has their Kadena on it that they're using to buy with. So, so I have a many-to-many relationship between the chains that are being purchased from and the chains on which we are purchasing. And that's not confusing at all, is it? So, what do I do? The question is, do I make it so that they can just choose the chain that they would like to purchase from and expect that all of the tokens that they're purchasing with exist on that chain? Or do I take the more complex route and not care about where their funds are located and just allow them to purchase? Option one is way simpler for me. Much more simple. But I guess it's not really the chainless interaction, is it? I'm not really going for that though. But in some ways I am. I don't know. Many-to-many relationship. Let's just walk through, let's just take a look at what would that option number 2, being able to purchase from any chain to any chain that has the Multichain IDO. What does that look like? So I need to begin transactions. Okay. Many chain purchase. Okay, so just the generic breakdown would look something like this. Well, what's my input? What information do I have available to me? So I would assume I have the chains, the KDA the user has, and the chains on which it resides. So I do have that information. I have the amount they want to purchase. I have the number of chains they want to purchase from. Okay. So that is the information that is available to me. I could technically add one more piece of information, and that is the chains that the user wishes to purchase from. I could do that, and perhaps that would make it easier. I'm not sure. Or more deterministic, maybe. So I guess, do we want to add that? I don't see why not. If we're gonna go all the way, yeah? So, the chains they wish to purchase from. So, I have the number of chains they want to purchase. Okay, I need different vocab to list these off. I have the number of chains they want to execute. Let's see, make this down. I have the number of chains they want to purchase from. I should say that they want to execute the purchase on. No, that's not quite right. That's I have the number of chains they want to get their LZ coin from. There we go. And then I have the chains they wish to use to send. Vocab, guys. Vocab. This is important. If I can get this right, it's way easier for me to build this. Let's get some vocab in here. So we got some vocab. So we have Lozcoin, and that's pretty simple. That's pretty easy. We have KDA. That's also pretty easy. We have the chain that so in a normal transaction, you would have you have the purchaser and the person and the token being received. In this case, I have an additional layer of complexity on top of that, and you have a chain that they begin the purchase on, and then they have the chain that actually executes the purchase based on the information that was executed on chain 1. And just kind of taking a look at that like from a code perspective. We have our token presale, and there's a def pact in here, right here, that says purchase cross-chain. So maybe I can just call it that. Because the idea is I don't want people that need to have KDA on chain 5 to purchase Lozcoin on chain 5. We're going for a chainless interaction, right? And so if they have their coins on chain 1, chain 8, I don't care. I want them to be able to execute the purchase on chain 5 from whatever chain their KDA resides on. So right now I'm trying to think of words, the proper words that I can use to describe that clearly. Just define those in that way so that I can at least communicate with myself while I'm trying to talk with you. So we have a purchase cross-chain, and we have a purchase cross-chain. We just have a normal purchase. So a purchase cross-chain has an amount that is being P token amount. Purchase token amount. Then it has target chain. I'm okay with that. Just stealing. I can just shrink this actually. There we go. More space. Okay. All right, so we have our amount token and the P token amount. The purchase token amount. And I'll call the other one the selling token amount. Then we have a target chain. We have just a normal account, but I won't write that here. That's not super important to me. But what we're trying to determine is with this many-to-many chain purchase based on, so what I need is the list of target chains. So I have the list of target chains, the list of source chains, and I'll call the chains that their KDA resides on, I will call them source chains. And so I need to figure out, basically break down the chains that they would like to purchase from the target chains and create cross-chain transactions between source to target chains that satisfy what they have requested, aka based on the chains that they wish to purchase from, like the number, I should say the number of chains, I can calculate the target chains. That's easy. Based on the purchase amount, I can calculate how much they want to buy and how much KDA that would be. So I have the amount of KDA. So I have all of the amounts, and I can break those up into different either purchase cross-chain or just normal purchase. How would that work? Let's see. Yep, or just a normal purchase. So we have a purchase token amount, which exists for both purchase cross-chain and purchase. We have the selling token amount, which exists for both cross-chain and purchase. Cross-chain purchase only has target chains. And this will also have source chain and target chain. I have the number of the chains they want to get their LZ coin from. I have the number of, well, instead of LZ coin, I just call it selling coin or selling token. Because we have a selling token, we have a purchase token. And I've kept these terms, I'm not going to say, I hope they're not super ambiguous, but I've kept them not specific to the coin that's being bought and sold, because my goal is to make it so that, well, these smart contracts can be used to run a multi-chain IDO for any token. I don't care. And I've specifically designed it with that in mind, and I would like to continue to work with that in mind. So I have the purchase token the user has, and the chains, I should say, and the source chains on which it resides. I have the amount of selling token they want to purchase. I have the number of chains they want to get their selling token from. I should say I have the number of target chains they want to get their selling token from, and I have the number of source chains to use when executing the purchase. Okay. I need to build this. I have the number of source chains to use when executing the purchase. I need to build that into the UI. So we have a target chain count. That's not what I wanted. We have a source chain count. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to duplicate these. Boom. So I've got my funds. And in this case, instead of LZ, we have KDA. Now we can see how much KDA we have on each chain that we can work with. We can see Coin, and I can do some animation techniques to show like which chains we'll be purchasing from and which chains, like your source chains and your target chains. And maybe even draw some lines between these depending on the transaction, like what transactions will need to be executed, because that would be kind of interesting. I think that'd be cool. I'm not going to make a promise to do that, but if I can figure out a way to make that happen simply, yeah, I think that'd be awesome. Because showing the chainless interaction, like how it's actually going to work, I think is going to be interesting. The last thing I'd probably do is make it so that people can just click on these little boxes for each chain to effectively select that chain as the chain they would like to purchase from. And if they do that, it would automatically update these inputs down here with the values. But if they went down here and they changed or updated these values, it would just choose for them up here, and it would highlight and say you'll be purchasing from your source chains will be from here, these will be your target chains, and then when they click purchase, it'll pop up and it'll show all the transactions that will need to be executed. Woo! That's pretty crazy. It's been an hour. And there we go. That is 1 hour's worth of work. Look at it. Ain't she a beaut? Probably looks kind of ghetto, huh? So this is, this is the foundation of how it's going to work. And I realize I didn't finish the backend services that I'm going to need to play with, so let's just keep doing that. So we have a chain chooser. One of the main backend services that we're going to need is, how shall I describe this? Call it the cross-chain finisher. I don't want a single person to, if they're performing a cross-chain purchase, to need to actually continue that purchase. I think that would be stupid. And so I will have a cross-chain finisher that will just be listening for transactions that should just kind of make it all work. So you can have a nice chainless experience. Well, I say chainless, like I'll be showing how it's chainless, I guess, by showing all of the chains that it's working on, which I think will be interesting, actually. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good. That bigger. So the cross-chain finisher is probably going to be the most annoying piece for me to build. The chain chooser is also probably going to be a little bit annoying. Connecting with wallets, I'm not super worried about that, honestly. I think that's going to be relatively simple. But chain chooser is going to be complicated from like constructing the different transactions that need to occur. That's going to be a little bit of thinking, like thinking that through. But the cross-chain finisher, that's where like I'm probably going to need to spin up an AWS EC2 instance that is just listening for transactions from the Kadena blockchain, all of the chains, and parsing that information, and is able to respond when specific events are emitted. Like, is it the purchase X chain start? So when I see this event emitted, I'll know that I need to continue the transaction. And then when I see purchase X chain finished, I'll know that I'll need to continue the third step of the transaction back on the origin chain. And so there we go. That's gonna be that's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be really interesting. I know Kadena, in the last call they had with developers, they said they were working on a tool that would let you do this. I mean, it looked promising. Yeah, it looked promising. I really hope that I can use it if they've just got it in a nice Docker container, and I can say, hey, here's my contract. Here's the events to listen to in my contract. Here's what I want you to do when that event occurs. Like, all of that would be super, super nice. If they don't allow that, or if that doesn't work, then things will get interesting, I suspect. I'll probably have to build some pieces myself, but hey, that's what I've done pretty much every time I built a project on Kadena so far. And I've tried to make my tools available to anybody and everybody that wants to use them. So I've got lots of smart contracts out there. My NFT minter is publicly available. It's got an example website. Even all of the content that you... Well, I shouldn't say content. All of the for my packed course, all of the resulting material is in a public repository that you can just go and take a look at. So if you don't want to purchase the course and you just want to cruise through the code and try and figure out how the code works just by reading through it, be my guest. That is entirely up to you. If you want to have a structured learning, like learn it step by step, then you can purchase my course. Yeah, so probably gonna, I hope I don't have to build more tools to make this all work, but I likely will. It's gonna be fun. The Tori, it's in my Kadena contracts repo. I've just continuously added all my smart contracts and stuff in there, and when I built it all for Kadena artwork, and then I was going to use it for core. Before I decided I was just gonna, it wasn't my passion to build that. I made it all public, so it's all available. I believe it's also on Kadena Artworks website, or their public repositories, or their repositories are public as well. I generalized it a little bit and then released it in my personal repo. So if you want something like that, see, so the Kadena Pack token pre-sale for the course, that's here. Kadena code. Oh, there it is. Nope, not Kadena code. Kadena contracts. There we go. Has the NFT sale just in here, and it's got an auto reveal. Like, this has so much crap in it, it's insane. So you got the auto reveal NFT as our AWS stack that deploys, like, you can just in one line using the AWS command line interface, you can deploy a secret, deploy a Lambda function that looks at your smart contract, and every 60 seconds to an hour, you can decide the time frame, reveals NFTs that have been minted. So it just kind of happens automatically. So like, you can deploy all of that in just one line of code, and that's pretty nice. So that's the auto reveal. Then you just have all of your smart contracts that just make it all work. Then you have your NFT mint boilerplate website. So this is the site itself, and all, like, if you want to just spin it up and then change the background images, it totally works. It's totally fine. You just have to change the smart contract that it's looking at. Then you just have scripts that you can use to actually deploy things. And I tried to be descriptive, and I have like a nice README here to show you how to set everything up. But yeah, so anybody who wants to use it, like, this is fair game. It's open source. Take it, do whatever you want. I don't have a, like, I should probably have a license in here. Yeah. Let me add one of those. Let me add a license. What did I change? Oh, let me send the link for this too. There we go. That's been 1 hour of working on the Multichain IDO today. Thanks for hopping in, Strivers. It's really nice to, like, I love building stuff like this for you guys. I really love streaming it and teaching as I go along. And honestly, it's probably way more beneficial for me than it is for you. I've used Figma a couple of times, but this time I learned a lot about the Figma. Or I guess I should say, I solidified my knowledge of Figma, and I enjoy that. I appreciate that. So I'll be streaming every day this week. We'll see how far I can get. The smart contracts are done. We're really just building a UI at this point and having a nice design for that, and some good vocabulary and understanding the data structures that are going to be necessary to make it. We took a really good stab at all of that. So tomorrow we should be able to start building stuff using ChatGPT and GitHub Copilot. And being completely honest, we should be able to get that entire UI, the design layout that I had there, done hopefully in 30 to 45-ish minutes. So it's exciting stuff. Every day, same time. That is an excellent question. I think I'll probably start doing it at 2:30. I know I started a little bit later today. I was trying to get something else done for Eucalyptus. And my normal streaming time is Thursday at 2:30. So I'm just going to do 2:30 p.m. Mountain Time every day. But it's saved though. So anyone who wants to watch it, it's available. You can watch it whenever you like. So thanks again for hopping in. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys. It's a blast having you in here. And have a wonderful Monday. Let's fetching crush this week.